No, Rory, one for you. Go on.
Go on. Art of building towns. Toby Lloyd. Seems we've lost the art of building and growing towns as opposed to land-hungry drive to cul-de-sacs. So Create Streets has produced a new... Create Streets is a very interesting organisation, which I think is actually now working quite closely with Labour, which is very encouraging. Anyway, a new report on growing new towns, stepping off the road to nowhere, shows how we can build on less than half the land by using more terraces and mid-rise housing. What's stopping us from doing this at scale across the UK? What's your advice on making large structural changes like this happen in the government? So one of the points here is that Britain tends to do one of two things. It either, in the past, used to build skyscrapers, and quite a lot of those going up in London, or it has this low-rise sprawl, so sort of single house dwellings. In fact, the most dense bits of London are weirdly things like Sloane Avenue, kind of Chelsea, South Cam, where you have these 7-storey mansion blocks, which is how Paris is kind of operated. And the real way that we can conserve things like the Green Belt, build more housing without getting into huge fights with people, is to go up to gentle density, 5-7 stories. And the problem at the moment is that the government is just not allowing the planning to make it easy for people to go upwards.
So you're easier if you're in a sort of, Canary Wharf type place, you can go up to 80, 100 stories. But if you're in most of London, getting up to 5, 6, 7...
It's very difficult. And the problem with 100 stories stuff is that you then, because the regulations have to have a huge bit of green space around the base of it. So you actually end up putting less people per acre than you would if you went to 6, 7 stories. So I think it's a really good challenge. And, if you looked at a map of London, the real potential is to put more gentle density into these huge areas of suburbs that sprawl out towards the M25.
But you'd be knocking down an awful lot of houses to rebuild, presumably.
You would have to knock down and rebuild a lot. But potentially, if you were sitting on a house and the government gave you permission to turn it into a dwelling place for 3 people, it might make sense.
So we need to think more about homes and less about houses.
More about homes, less about houses, and more about, not apartments. I mean, of course, Germans, I guess, live more in apartments.
Yeah. Own less.
Own less, yeah.
Yeah.